So welcome to our first session for meditation and relaxation. And just like to briefly introduce myself. I'm Sharon and I've been teaching yoga for over 20 years, and I've been invited to come and share the practices of meditation and relaxation. And the idea over the 6 sessions that I've agreed to do is to explore a different technique method each session, so that it might help you find a practice that works or resonates best for you. So just briefly before we set up, I must say that my cat will come in and out and mew, so apologies if there's a noise there. The most important thing for this practice is to be comfortable. And I would encourage you for the first part of the practice, be in a seated position. I'll explain why in a moment. Then maybe if you do want to lie down for relaxation, you can lie on the floor if you've got yoga mats and props. You could get comfortable in a chair, or you could lie down on your sofa or lie in bed, whatever's appropriate for you. So just take a moment to sort of gather what you think you might need. If it's cold in your venue, in your place, then an extra blanket is helpful. And then we'll start in a moment. So you could come into a seated position. So if you're a familiar practitioner of yoga, then sitting on the floor with the legs crossed is, a usual position. But there's nothing to stop you to sit with your back against the wall. There's nothing to stop you to have your legs stretched out. There's nothing to stop you sitting in a comfy chair. That's the main thing. And I really want you to start seated if possible, because meditation is a different experience to relaxation lying down. When we are working on meditation, we're looking to work or encourage a focused state of mind or focused state of just being. For relaxation, there is that element of allowing ourselves just to let go. And maybe we drift off to sleep, maybe we wander, but all the time there's this renewal and refreshment that the body's receiving through relaxation. So just so you can distinguish between the two. So hopefully you are settled, you found a comfortable seat. I just want you to, depending on what time of day you're taking this recording, you might want to have a little shake out of the shoulders. You might want to wiggle out the legs, give the legs a little shake if you're in a chair. And I just want you to free up the body a little. Okay, in any way or shape or form that feels nice, feels good. It's not painful, it's not hard work. And then slowly, just letting the shoulders relax, having a little wiggle in your seat. There's a little adjustments that might be needed to get as comfortable as you can, because comfort is key. And during the practice, anytime if you lose that comfort, you can change the position, you can move, you can wiggle, you can scratch your nose. That's all okay. And I just want to demystify meditation a little bit if it's new to you, that in meditation, we're not trying to stop thinking. What we're working on is this, as I've said, a focused state of mind. So just letting thoughts and feelings fluctuate through the space and be conscious of that. So we're going to start with a very simple practice. And it's your choice if you want to close the eyes or soften the gaze. If you're easily distracted, I suggest to close the eyes so that external distraction doesn't overplay the mind. And if you're comfortable with the eyes, just softly close. Whatever's good, whatever's best for you. And then you're just taking a moment as your eyes are closed or softly focused to notice where you are in this moment. Noticing how the body feels without judgment. Taking a little time, maybe there's still those little refinements of moving the shoulders or the head or the spine as it settles a little. And it takes practice. We call it a yoga practice. It takes practice. So don't think you have to get it right first time. There is no right or wrong way. It's your way. And I'd like you to let your attention drift towards the breathing, just feeling the gentle breath of the body as you breathe in and out. You might be aware of the movement around the belly or the rib cage. You might feel the upper chest move a little bit as you breathe in and out. Maybe your shoulders lift a little and then relax. You're just conscious of your breath. And if it's comfortable to breathe in and out through the nose, let that happen. If not, breathe the best way for you today. So you're just connecting to the breath. You might find it's relatively easy to connect to the breath, and then the next moment the mind comes up with an idea or a thought or a feeling. And you just step back into the breath. So it's just befriending our minds. Know that the mind can be playful, know that the mind can be distracting, but conscious. Don't get frustrated that the mind keeps pulling you out of your awareness with the breath. A little internal dialogue, just reminding yourself, oh, let's go back to the breath. You could silently say to yourself, I'm breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in and breathing out. And feeling that breath a little more active with the breath. So feel that as you breathe in, there is that little expansion around the belly and into the rib cage and into the upper chest. And as you exhale, there's an easing in those spaces in the upper chest, the rib cage, and the belly. So we're connecting to the full yogic breath, or the breathing capacity. Steady breath in, steady breath out. And maybe notice with each round of breath, shoulders have already started to relax a little bit. Spine sitting nice and tall in its natural S-shaped curve. And there's a sense of ease starting to form. We slow down our awareness to the breathing. It's helping us engage or connect with the parasympathetic nervous system, which will trigger that rest and digest process. This is just one of the many benefits that a meditation practice taps into. It can heal the body, the mind, the spirit. It can heal unsettled digestion. There's a list of benefits associated with having a meditation practice. And just keep focusing on that gentle breath in and out, the filling in the belly, the ribs and the upper chest. Exhaling from the upper chest, the ribs and the belly. Each time the mind wanders, you keep coming back to the breath. Again and again. Not getting frustrated. Know that this is what the mind does. We're not trying to stop thinking. We are in a more focused state of being. We're not trying to control the mind. We're trying to befriend the mind. Each breath, shoulders maybe sinking a little further, spine a little more relaxed. And taking our attention, as this breath continues to flow, taking our attention to the heart center. So this is the spiritual heart, not the physical heart. It's in the center of the chest, in line with the armpits. I invite you to place one palm or both palms, or with the touch of your awareness, into this heart space. Let your awareness just connect to that heart center. And as you connect to the heart center, the heart smiles. Maybe you feel like smiling back at the heart itself. And you will visualize in a moment the breath moving through this heart center. So imagine as you breathe in the next time, you're breathing in through the front of the heart. You exhale through the back of the heart center. And then inhaling through the back of the heart and exhaling out through the front. And imagine that you're breathing in through the left side of the heart and exhaling out through the right side. And then inhaling at your pace through the right side of the heart. And then exhaling out through the left. Breathing in from the base of the heart. Exhaling through the top of the heart. Inhaling through the top of the heart. And exhaling out through the base of the heart. And feeling that you're breathing in from all directions of the heart. Exhaling from all directions of the heart. There's the breath of the heart. It's visualization. You become distracted, don't worry, just come back to the breath of the heart. When you feel you have that connection there in the heart center, you can relax the hand down if it's been physically placed at the heart space. And if it feels helpful to stay connected, then you just bring the hand back at any time. So you're just visualizing in your own mind's eye the breath of the heart, breathing in and out through the whole of that space. And with each exhalation, the breath expands into the heart space. And the heart expands. Imagine this spiritual heart center growing beyond the confinements of the body. All hearts are connected. We're all connected through this practice, through the ether. Each time you notice the mind's wandered, whether it's a thought or a feeling or sensation, step back to the breath of the heart. It's all we keep doing, coming back to the focus again and again and again. Now let me just continue for a few moments in silence so you can feel that bond, feel that heart breath, feel that expansion. And slowly just letting my voice move back into your awareness. You're still with this connection to the heart and mind, just breathing together. If you still have that physical connection with the hand over the heart center, you release the palm down. And take a moment or two just to notice what you notice. Feel what you feel. You can let go of the visualization. No judgment. Don't worry if the mind was preoccupied. Don't worry if you couldn't focus or concentrate. Just let it be. You may wish to, when you breathe out the next time, let the chin just drop a little towards the chest. If the eyes have been closed, you might want to blink the eyes open or rub the palms together, just creating a little bit of warmth there in the hands. And then you could cup the hands over the eyes, let that warmth little filter over the face and the eyes. And then slowly blinking the eyes open as you let that light filter through the fingers. And you could have a gentle massage around the hairline or the scalp or the temples, over the eyebrows, around the eye sockets, over the cheekbones, into the jawline. Maybe massage gently the throat, opposite shoulders, and down one arm to the fingertips, then the other. And just imagine that you're brushing off any tension, any troubles, just releasing that, and then relaxing the hands down. This is a simple process of this meditation, the heart meditation, the first stages of a heart meditation. And it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. It's a simple practice that you could do anytime when you feel you need that little boost. It could be a few moments, it could be a minute, 5 minutes, whatever time you have, or when you feel connected to it. My only recommendation is to never practice these meditations whilst driving. So the steps 1, 2, or 3. First step is the breath, helping to relax the body. You could take a little time with that if you wanted to. And the second step is to be aware of the heart center. And the third step is to smile. I know some days we don't feel like externally smiling, but you can connect to the smile of the heart within. So all you have to remember, if you want to practice this on your own, is steps 1, 2, 3. Breathe, connect to the heart, smile. And we extended it with the breath of the heart. Okay, just being in and connecting to that heart center is the essence of this particular technique. So I'm going to show you some suggestions for how you might want to set up for relaxation. So if you're on the sofa, that's fine. You can lie down, have a pillow underneath the head. If you're on the bed, that's great. Lie down on the bed. If you're on the floor, you have some props or cushions. You don't have to have a yoga mat. You might just want a blanket or some extra warmth. So if you have a cushion, you could have a cushion for your head, and I've got a spare cushion here. And you could have that cushion for the backs of the knees. And then you come into more of a supported resting position. If you're in the sofa or the bed, then you can adjust that accordingly. And I would normally cover myself up with a blanket so I'm nice and warm. So I just wanted to offer that out as a possible idea. And if you're not comfortable lying flat on your back, You could have your knees bent and your feet wide, so your knees fall in against each other, or you could always lie on the side in a recovery type position if you prefer. So there's lots of choice. And I'm going to come back to a seated position so I can talk you and guide you through the relaxation. So go ahead and make your nest. Now, comfort is key, it still applies. So be warm, have all those layers on. And when we work with yoga relaxation, let me just say, it's okay if you fall asleep. Okay, through practice, the more we stay conscious of this process of relaxation, the deeper the benefits are said to be. So again, it's absolutely fine if you drift off. It's what your body needs. So go ahead and get settled. Take your time to get what props you might need. And have a little wiggle around. You can move the shoulders a little bit, whether you're lying on the sofa, the bed, or the floor, or in a chair. You might want to just turn the head a little from side to side. Again, just getting every little area of the body from head to toe as comfortable as you can with the support that you're using. And if you feel happy, close the eyes. If you have something like an eye pillow, which is very nice, or a scarf, you could pop that over your eyes. That can be quite soothing, especially if it's in a bright room, or you could just dim the lighting. And you could, as you settle a little bit, keep wiggling, making sure the clothes are not bunched up, everything's smooth. So the more you pay attention to this point of setting up, the deeper the relaxation might be for you. And again, don't worry if you go the opposite way, of not feeling sleepy, but feeling really active, and the mind is very busy. Remind yourself, all of this is okay. It's a practice that we keep working with. And it will vary from day to day, practice to practice, on the outcome. So getting ready now, we'll take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And if you can, let's exhale out through the mouth with a sigh of release. You can make as loud a sound as you wish, or soft as it needs to be. And again, breathing in through the nose. Starting that process of just releasing and letting go of anything that's kind of tied up and clinging to the body or the mind. Breathing in through the nose. And starting to just let the breath slip into its own rhythm as you're connecting to the support, feeling the points of contact your body's making with the ground or the chair, the bed or the sofa. Feeling which points of the body make a stronger contact with that support. If you're lying on the floor, you might notice the back of the skull. You might notice more the pressure of the shoulder blades against the ground, or where the backs of the arms lay heavy on the ground, or the pelvis, or the backs of the heels. You're very much aware of what support is being given and the reference points that has with the body. Maybe you're aware of the layers of clothing as they touch against the skin, or the weight of a blanket if you've placed a blanket over the body. And you're aware of your surroundings. Now, life continues around us, and you are as alert to that as you are with the connection to the practice. So there might be sounds that surround your environment. They may be noises beyond your control. And let them just drift in and out. There's traffic outside, there's people talking. They become a background reference. They're not your focus. You're conscious they're there. They're not distracting you. You're not letting them frustrate you. They are there. We can practice to meditate and relax relax in the busiest of environments to help find this focused state of being, creating this inner steadiness, inner calm or peacefulness, whatever that reference point is for you personally. So I'd like you to go ahead and think about what relaxation means to you. Is there a particular word that you associate with being relaxed? Maybe it's something like calm, or quiet, peaceful, joyful, refreshing, feeling energized. What shape or form does relaxation take for you? How does it appear in your mind's eye? What is the experience? What do you think it feels like? What does it taste like? What does it smell like? What does it sound like? The state of being relaxed, fully supported, in a safe environment, connected to the floor, you're warm, you're comfortable. And whatever shape or form or word or sensation relaxation takes for you, I want you to imagine now that it's going to work its way through every layer of your being. I'm going to start with the head. So feeling those sensations of relaxation starting to work their way into the scalp and the skull, into the brain. And feel that washing over the face. Feel the furrows in the forehead softening. The eyebrows relaxing, eyes relaxing their eye sockets. Cheek relax, nose relax. And the tongue and the jaw relaxed. Maybe lick the lips or have a little swallow so the throat can relax. And feel those sensations of easiness, peacefulness, that state of being fully relaxed. Drip down into the shoulders, an area where we can feel that we're carrying the weight of the world someday. So allowing the shoulders to relax. And feel it moving down like a gentle warmth down the arms. The upper arms are relaxing. Elbows, down into the forearms, wrist joints, into the palms of the hands, the back of the hands, and into the fingers and thumbs, fingernails, thumbnails, the tips of the fingers and thumbs. So both arms from the shoulder to the fingertips, relaxing. Let your awareness spread to the back of the body, the back of the shoulders, and those shoulder blades, those little wings, as they are nestled and supported by the floor or the bed, and allowing them to relax, to feel this warmth of letting go, finding a sense of peacefulness. The back of the ribs and the muscles that support the ribs, support the breathing mechanics of our being. Allow those muscles to relax. And dripping down into the back of the waist. We'll move to the front of the body, across the collarbones, across the fronts of the shoulders, into that upper chest cavity, into the armpits, into the mid-chest, the thoracic band, the heart center, the belly, the diaphragm that can hold a lot of tension. Feeling them relaxing, letting go, just tapping into that rest and digest mode that the body is so good at doing when we let that happen. And think about the lower belly relaxing. So the length of the spine, just finding its natural shape, space, so it can release. And then into the bowl of the pelvis, another area that can hold a lot of emotional tension. So softening into that space, thinking about the leg bones that insert into the pelvis, allowing that area to relax, that junction point, the pelvis from the top half of the body to the lower half of the body. Allowing those sensations of warmth and ease to drip down into the legs, into the thighs or the thigh bones, and the backs of the thighs, the hamstrings, and into those knee joints, the shock absorbers of life, in the kneecaps, inside the knee itself, the back of the knee. And easing down into the leg bones, the lower leg bones, into the shins and the calf muscles. We have the inside edges of the legs, the outside edges of the legs. And moving down into the ankle joints. Down into the tops of the feet, soles of the feet, all 10 toes, toenails, the tips of the toes, the whole body. So aware of how the body feels from head to toe and from inside and out, without judgment. You're exactly where you're meant to be in this moment. There's no other place you need to be. There's nothing you need to do for these next few moments. You can commit to relaxing completely. And if you drift in and out, if sounds pull you from this space, just move back into those sensations of just being completely at ease, feeling comfortable, feeling peaceful. And let you absorb that in silence for a few moments, reminding ourselves it's okay if the mind gets busy. If you have to adjust your position, you can reconnect into this supported relaxation. And slowly allowing my voice to begin to travel back through the ether, through the space, and into your room and into your awareness. And continue in our relaxation mode and space. And we'll gradually find our way back into the moment, feeling fully present and refreshed. So just start to notice the body once again, noticing the body's position, its connection with the ground or the chair, the sofa. Taking a little time just to remind yourself of the space that you're in, reconnecting into the environment, picking up on those external sounds that surround you. And then back to the body, feeling those reference points the body makes with the ground. Feeling your clothes against your skin, the weight of the blanket. And feeling the gentle movement of the breath in the body. Feeling that soft rise and fall around the belly and the ribs and the chest. So slowly, breath by breath, moment by moment, you're finding your way back into your space. You might feel like taking a slightly deeper breath in to bring that energy back up and exhaling out through the mouth. You might feel ready to wiggle fingers or toes, moving very slowly and mindfully. There's absolutely no rush. Taking your time to feel the body, connect into the physical layers, the emotional layers, just checking in. You might want to stretch the arms up and overhead. You might feel like a big yawn wants to be released. You're lying on the floor, you could hug knees in towards the chest. You're just adding whatever little movement feels the right thing for your body. Till eventually you can find your way back to a seated position. Again, take all the time you need, easing out, and you find your way. Maybe the eyes are open, maybe they're still closed. It's your choice. You come back to a seated position, you might need a little bit of a wiggle, shoulder rolls. We'll take 3 grounding breaths to close our first session together. So you let the arms relax down either side of the body. And breathe out together. And as you inhale, you reach out far and wide and up towards the heavens, letting the palms come together and drawing the hands down through the heart center, all the way to the root. So again, breathing in, feeling that gentle expansion. And then exhaling down that center line. And just do that one more time. Breathing in. Taking all the time you need. When you finish that breath, you can draw the hands down, bringing the hands to the heart center, bowing the head to the heart, and easing the body forward. Releasing the palms either onto your thighs, or if you're on the floor, you can bring them to the ground or the chair arms. And slowly bring the palms back together, resting at the heart center. I'd like to say thank you and Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hope you find the session helpful. Drink plenty of water. Take your time. Try not to rush around. Thank you.